questioning by Los Alamos security is not like what normal, everyday cops do. They have all kinds of psychological weapons at their disposal. They're hired to protect nuclear secrets from international spies. That's the kind of criminal they suppose they're up against. They treat every stranger and detainee as if he was an international spy. They're obsessively suspicious, and they show it by playing long, convoluted mind games.
There is liquid smoke in a glass.
Georgie had the fools eaten right out of his palm. He pretended to be concerned about the plutonium stockpiling problem, and mentioned how he'd read they were running out of room to store nuclear waste underground, which had nothing to do with his mission at Los Alamos whatsoever, but it totally diverted their attentions. He could tell they had no idea what to suspect him of. George is an expert on nuclear fission, cloud chambers, and multiple universes and these kinds of things, so he just led them on a goose chase through the outer limits of scientific theory. I'm sure they thought they had him loads of times during the interrogation, but they never brought up the particle accelerator, and none of the other stuff was of any concern to Georgie. They gave him a lie detector test, which was probably fake. He passed it. They kept him as long as they could, but eventually they had to let him go because they didn't have nothing on him. They just had him hitchhiking inside the compound. His story was he was hitching to Oklahoma City, and this is where he happened to be dropped off, and he wasn't even aware it was restricted property or nothing like that. The security chief drove him to a truck stop and gave him directions to Oklahoma City. It's a real laugh, cause Georgie wolfed down a burger and fries and then walked right back into the compound pretty much the same way he'd gone in the first time. He'd found all the pieces of the transmitter scattered in the bushes and put the station back together again. This time there wasn't no power outage or emergency sirens, and he went back to the Holiday Inn to sleep. Next day he drove to El Paso. Georgie likes to say he beat the nation's top nuclear physicists at their own game. When he went back in '03, the transmitter was still on pirated power and was still capable of generating vertigo over a 100-meter radius. Georgie took no time stuffing it into his backpack and beat it out of there. Makes you wonder how many other devices are buried around Los Alamos no one knows about.